So lots of key findings here, lots of things that we can talk about, but we pulled out a couple of points here, just relevant to the conversation that we're going to have. Obviously, we can see an inflection point here for cloud workloads, and it's kind of been the same, I guess, for a couple of years around the 50% mark. But that's quite telling, right? That it's kind of hovering around that space. There are always workloads that we can't necessarily put into the cloud space. And some of the statistics in the report actually this year talk about repatriation and a slight uptick there, where people have obviously put workloads there and gone, well, actually that's probably not the right decision. But it tells us that there's going to be always this kind of hybrid multi-cloud scenario where we still have on-premises private data centers and private cloud environments. And of course, that's very relevant when we think about the software licensing, ITAM, and SAN elements of that. And of course, we can see here the statistics that back that in terms of 84% of respondents seeing their managing software elements becoming a top issue for them. Cloud spend continues to grow year on year, and that's, I think, a great thing for all of us, particularly, of course, for the vendors themselves. But it becomes more of a material problem, of course, as we see that growing. And again, that's kind of backed by this increase to 40% of our respondents here looking to manage software in the cloud environment. One of the important pieces, I guess, to mention, and it was on the previous slide, is this is not an assessment of Flexera customers, right? So this is independently selected. We particularly avoid our own customer base to get us true reflection of the industry. And then the last point, I guess, to highlight here, really, the ownership of SaaS spend. Is it business SaaS, technical SaaS? Is it the Office 365s and the Salesforces of the world, or is it Snowflake or Databricks and technical SaaS applications? I guess that's up for some debate, and different organizations treat those things differently. But ultimately deciding who has responsibility for those kind of SaaS applications in terms of, is it a SAM team, is it a center of excellence, and other things.